paper trail. Let's go, 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 go. Yeah, 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 yeah. For the love of money, niggas come around. For the love of money, some stay around. For the love of money, what a nigga will do for the love of the money, money. Yeah. I gotta shake it. 12 at night to 5 in the morning, they don't give a fuck down. If it's for the money, niggas go bark and they bite like a motherfucking dog. Gotta party like a motherfucking dog. For that cat, I am gon' roof and I'm barking at that cat, and I am gon' take the roof off when I'm riding that ride. Rip, leaning to the left, but I'm steady on the only right. I'm swerving with a purpose, with a purpose. A nigga been sipping on that purple. A nigga been cheaping on that purple. Cause I'm getting money, I'm getting money. Cause I'm getting money. And I'm laughing all the way to the motherfucking bank. And I'm telling her, tell me later if she thinking what I'm thinking. Damn me getting money.
African diaspora news. And the Epstein files have taken the world by storm. I was just in Gambia. They're talking about it there. After that, I went to Senegal. They're talking about it there. I went to London and Istanbul. That's why I was going. And they're talking about it there too. The global international consequences, the fallout.
FYI. Bang, bang, bang. FYI. We not African Americans here in America. We are the original and only American here in America. So some people have that opinion that their ancestors were brought here on a fucking ship. Well, if that is their opinion, they have no proof, 99.9% of them, but we'll let them hold on to that story until we can slap that shit in the dirt too and step on it. 1 foot at a motherfucking time. Boots on ground type talk. Yeah, all these little historical narratives your ass have been fed. Yeah, there is a big difference. There is a big difference now. Yeah. There is a separation now. Nothing against any of these other cultures, but claim your culture. Don't tell everybody else what their culture is, or try to, I guess you would say, hook and snatch somebody else's culture next to your culture to make them one and the same. No. That is the problem. But let's hear what he has to say, because until we can break these ties that these type of guys like Epstein and his funny bunny gang has put together, until we can break the ties for a little bit, look at here, you African Americans, we have to work together on one main agenda. Undo this historical narrative they put together for both our cultures. Yeah. So this is where it starts at. We Americans, the original ones, we're hard at work right now, undoing all the shit they've done. In an original way. Definitely in an original way. Bang, bang. But anyway, let's drive into sunset with my guy here. Let's see what he has to say. Let's go.
We know it is going to be catastrophic to the faith that we have in the system itself. And there's so many sordid, horrific details coming out. All these conspiracy theories are getting proven true. the adrenochrome of the blood and the status were on the island to abuse and partake of the rapaciousness with Epstein himself. But of all the things, there's something that's getting lost in the detail. 3 million files that Jeffrey Epstein and his cohorts hunted black people on the island. Now, this was something that has been suspected for quite some time, but now we got these receipts, and here's how they pan out. The example we're pulling from is an Epstein Files data set 9. And if you go to the Department of Justice website, justice.gov, and look up the Epstein library, you type this in, and it's automatically. Now, you know, back in, so we can't see them, but there's an old racial slur that I heard for black folks. If you type in moon crickets, I don't know where the term moon cricket came from, but if you type in moon cricket, you will find this email in the Epstein files. It's currently there right now as of the making of this video in data set 9. It literally says, subject, snipe hunt is over, moon crickets in field bag, date Saturday, January 1st. And it said, guess what? They're N-words. Can't get more. Hunting black folk down is snipe hunting. Moon cricket in field bag.
Yo, J.E., when we find your little big-headed ass, balloon-headed ass, boy, I don't know who these black people were you out there playing the Hunger Games with and shit underneath these bunkers you got underneath that goddamn island with your sick ass. Yo, I told y'all no more gang banging until we find this one motherfucker right here. Baby Jesus. Sandal shoe face ass boy. Yeah. Okay, so he did not like the actual black people. Whoever the black people are, we don't know, because again, that's a social construct word, so they can put black to anybody of dark skin. Modern day eugenic shit. Switch up all the words, make them all these different names, and no matter which name they are, we don't like them. If they not us, we not them. So let's go here with this Mr. J.E. We're looking for your ass. Hey, we own your ass. When we find your ass, I know you're still alive. I know your ass still alive. Yeah. Now unless you give me $100 million, I'll shut the fuck up.
Guess what? They're N-words. Evidence. Let's dive into some more. This next example of Jeffrey Epstein and his cohort hunting black people is a conspiracy theory that was proven correct. Epstein's connected on the roots of our central banking system. You know that the Rothschild family is family numero uno when it comes to the quote-unquote Illuminati bloodlines that control the world, right? All speculation up until the time that the Epstein released. And a daughter of the Rothschild family, and apparently she was doing some snipe hunting of her own. On October 24th, 2016, AINT DAT Rothschild writes Jeffrey Epstein and says, got it, should be careful. You ever be wondering what happens to these homeless folks that suddenly disappear off the street? You ever wonder where the unhoused brothers go and sisters go? The elderly, the addicted, where do they end up? You know, there's been legislation passed in my neck of the woods that criminalized homelessness, right? And the police then have the opportunity to literally sweep them off the streets. Oh, this Epstein rabbit hole is bottomless. I mean, this is just one tiny little example of the inhumane depravity of these people in the upper crust of the world. It's pretty much not up for debate anymore that a cabal of wealthy psychopaths drink human blood, eat babies, rape girls, and hunt people. Like, this is the we living in. I said, when I first saw this latest data dump of Epstein, it'd be like, I owe you one, bro. Apologies. The craziest are like literally the only thing that is not in these episodes, two things yet that we don't know, and that's reptilians and aliens. I'm waiting on reptilians and aliens. Everything else turned out.
A racist. And I'm not just saying that to just be throwing that out there. I mean, I'm perusing through these Epstein flown racists. Let me show you this real quick. This is a FBI document, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, this is from the Federal Bureau of Investigations, right? It's marked confidential. But if you come on down here to page 5, right here, blank turned 18 years old, blank celebrated her birthday with Epstein and others. Epstein gave blank antique gifts, giving blank a necklace. Blank could not remember any further details around this. This happened before blank was sent away. Blank recalled a time in Florida where she wore overalls and asked if she looked okay. Epstein told her, quote, yeah, for a homeless person, end quote. Epstein did not like Black people. Epstein told blank this in general conversation. Epstein was a racist. He did not like Black people. Here's more evidence that Jeffrey Epstein didn't like Black people. You remember the most interesting man?
Bang, bang. Can we say modern day eugenics? Huh? That's all this is. It's a modern day digitized eugenics. They're still trying to make that perfect race. And as far as they can see, they've created a perfect race. They're trying to make sure their perfect race that they created at the beginning of the eugenics run, that it continues on. So that's why we get redundant stories overlapping historical narratives throughout the history that they've written for us to have. No, this hypnotic pill is not just this guy putting some shit in a drink. No. This hypnotic pill that we're also taking is historical as well. This hypnotic pill is also being taken by religion pill. It's in the form of a pill. You don't even know you're taking it. This shit was done so long ago that you don't even know that your whole life is based on a historical narrative they've made up in the fucking back room, probably doing God knows what as they're writing these stories. Yo, again, this ain't no rabbit hole. This is true. This ain't a conspiracy theory. This is true. You're a whack job if you say this is a rabbit hole. You're a whack job if you say this is a conspiracy theory at this point. They just made this shit up in the 1900s. They're still going on this plan. This is a eugenics plan. Eugenics is the new world order. Eugenics deals with genetics. Look through the files. The backdrop is genetics. Eugenics became genetics. So this ain't just about the paper trail. Huh. But the paper trail leads to the genetic trail. Huh. These genetics, eugenics, eugenicists created the paper that put me on the trail. Bitch, I'm telling you, boots on ground, hunting you motherfuckers down. Tables turned, bitch. Original has entered. The originals have entered. Bitch, we're gonna walk you down, motherfucker. Bang, bang.
and in the world, right? Look how they played us on this one right here. I don't always talk to black people, but when I word. And this was an email that they sent back and forth. Now it doesn't the off always talk to black people, but when I do, I usually start out by saying, "Hey, N word." And this was an email that they sent back and forth. Now it doesn't the office or where it's from is redacted, and who it went to is redacted. Yeah, they were emailing this. This is a work email that went back and forth. Yeah, they were hard. He was a hardcore race, and apparently everybody that worked around him was, because they were passing around memes like that for fun. That's why you don't see any black people in the Epstein files. Here goes another piece of evidence that Epstein didn't like black people. It says to Jeffrey Epstein, and it's sent Friday.
Fuck the emails. I'll tell you how this motherfucker didn't like dark skinned people. How many presidents have been just originally dark skinned people with their whole foundation being of a dark skinned lineage? How many presidents have sat on that throne of being president of the United States with a dark? We ain't even got to go that far to just say he was like that. All the motherfucking regime and the political party, Democrat or Republican, I don't give a fuck if you voting for these motherfuckers. Have you sat on the seat of presidential throneism? No, you haven't. Again, you're voting for people that don't even run the government. You're voting for which pawn you want to put on the chessboard. Well, bang, bang, I'm shooting all them balloons down.
Epstein didn't like black people. It says to Jeffrey Epstein, and it's sent Friday, May 27th, 2011, but it's redacted on who sent it. I don't know why they would redact that, but they redacted a lot in these files. They're covering up and hiding a lot of stuff, y'all. But it says, you cannot believe how many black people on Miami Beach. It is like an MLK meeting sent from my iPhone. Somebody emailed that to Jeffrey and let him know there was a bunch of black people at Miami Beach, and it looked like MLK. Looked like an MLK meeting, right? Here's another one, guys. This one is from Jeffrey E. to Stephen Hansen. It says, how did the party go? The girl said lots of black people, so they didn't go in? When you come into Palm, pretty clear that Epstein did not like black people. I was perusing through YouTube and I saw a couple thumbnails. I didn't click on them, but I saw some thumbnails today that said Jay-Z is in the Epstein files. So I went and looked. I typed in Jay-Z's name. I typed in Kanye's name. I typed in 50 Cent's name.
Look, we not in the fouls. Look, we not in the fouls, especially if they out there playing Hunger Games and shit with. I know they're not Americans. I'm gonna tell you that right now, and if they are, it's the very docile ones, nigga. We not playing those games. We're not playing. You ain't catching me nowhere to go hunt me. Now you're not catching me to go put me in the game to hunt me. What the shit is sickening. The shit ain't even fake. Tell you what it is fake. The news, the history, all that shit is fake. All of it. Right, right, right. Again, this ain't a rabbit hole. This surface level, baby. You ain't even got to dive deep on it. It's surface level. You've been lied to. You've been robbed, hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Jay-Z is in the Epstein files. So I went and looked. I typed in Jay-Z's name. I typed in Kanye's name. I typed in 50 Cent's name into the Epstein files, and their names come up. But their names come up because they're being mentioned in these emails that are like work-related emails where the person sending the email is like, this is what we should listen to this weekend. When you're off, take a listen to this. And they're just recommending music. So none of these guys, none of the rappers are in the Epstein files doing stuff with Jeffrey Epstein and the crew. It ain't in there.
No assumption, but we know why they're not in there. Because they had their own billionaires boys club set up under the Diddy Meister. Diddy done did it. Which we're not making that shit up either. It's in the files. So they had half, he had his half. But as you can see here, Diddy's empire wasn't as grandiose as Mr. J.E.'s empire. But Mr. Diddy himself was under J.E.'s empire. Jay-Z himself was under J.E.'s empire. These are things we can't even negate anymore. They worked for the Epstein dynasty. Yeah. We're going to give you money to pay these people off to stop acting like buffoons out here while we take control of the world one day at a time. Yeah, really. All they did was assist it. Like you see in history, like the MLKs, these ex-party members, like Malcolm X party members. As you go through the written history that they had set up, you see these same type of individuals that will hide in the closet of the money system. Because without money, you don't have life. Without life, you don't get to have power. So who runs the money? The JE crew, the real gang. That's why we shouldn't be gangbanging anymore until we actually face these motherfuckers who are the real gang members running your gang unbeknownst to your ass. So how much of a leader are you when your leadership hits a brick wall? Because you still need funding. You still need the drugs. You still need whatever you need to do to be a gang, to hold down a block. Just know your overall leader of your gang has been the Epstein crew. Just know that. The real ghost is Epstein.
None of these guys, none of the rappers are in the Epstein files doing stuff with Jeffrey Epstein and the crew. It ain't in there. He was a racist. He wouldn't have hung around them. He didn't like them. Epstein did not like black people throughout the Epstein files. Like if you go and you just search up, type in black people into the Epstein files, and what you'll see is instances where Epstein or somebody is talking to Epstein or around him and they mention black folk, and it's clear that they do not like black people. Okay. The people that rolled with Jeffrey Epstein, that went to his island and kicked it, they did not like black folks, and neither did Jeffrey Epstein. I gotta show you guys this right here. So this document right here, right? It's a confidential document. Let me just read for you guys this section of the Epstein files. This is nasty work. But check it out. He's telling this girl that he wants her to bring him what he calls young, fresh meat girls, virgins. And right here, it says he told blank, don't bring me any N-words. So he told this girl, don't.
So they got communication going back and forth. And J.E. water motherfucking bucket head ass boy. Is telling whoever he has out there doing the scout hunt for him, Look at here. Don't bring back them old hard-headed ass dark-skinned chicks. We ain't got no time for that. We ain't got no time for that. We ain't got no time for that, nigga. If you bring one back, I'm firing your ass. Ah, okay. That's what you doing. Okay. So right there, we should know what to do. If there's a kryptonite already off back, there is a kryptonite already off back. There is a kryptonite already off back going down right now via this communications. Do they give you too many problems? They ask too many questions? They start remembering shit the next day by mistake on purpose? Cause you ain't do the right dosage for these guys, these women. What's going on? Somebody woke up and remembered something. You said don't bring another one of them motherfuckers back. They almost fucked up the whole goddamn situation. Yeah. All right, Jay. I see what you're doing. Huh. We see what your kryptonite is, though. Maybe it ain't that you hate them. Maybe you can't control it in the ways you thought you would have been able to.
Bring me any N-words. What more can you say, right? Epstein made it very clear in these documents, and I'm sure if we go deeper, we could find more, but it's very obvious. Jeffrey Epstein was a bigot. And this is actually one instance where I'm happy that Black people were excluded from the situation. I'm glad that Black folks are not going to pop up in these Epstein files doing anything.